Welcome to the AC 24/7 Top Story Countdown. We'll guide you through the biggest news of the day. Our focus, advocating our rights, advocating health, and advocating Earth. Here's our pick for number 4.
A daily ritual for some students in France. You can attach it to your bag. That's the rule inside. Put the headscarf in the bag, this teacher tells a student at the school gates. Removing any sign of their Muslim faith before entering the classroom. But as summer vacation ends, France's 2004 law banning conspicuous religious symbols in state-run schools will be applied to loose-fitting, full-length dresses known as abayas for the first time.
The abaya has no place in our schools, and neither do religious symbols.
The free-flowing garments worn by some Muslim women and girls now prohibited in the name of French laïcité or secularism. This policy is a new interpretation of the controversial 2004 law from France's ambitious new education minister. Nearly 300 students wore an abaya to school on Monday. 67 were sent home for refusing to take it off.
They say that the abaya is a religious dress, but it's not at all. It's not a religious dress, it's a traditional dress.
A Muslim rights group has already brought an appeal against the ban to the country's highest court, with their lawyer saying the ban doesn't legally define what an abaya looks like.
The ban is not based on any legal text. It's purely a political announcement.
Another lawsuit is being prepared after a student wearing a kimono and jeans was expelled from class. Disproportionate is how one teaching union described the abaya debate, when issues like funding and bullying also need to be addressed. At least one other major union has supported the government's ban. And that division gets to the heart of the secularism debate in France. Laïcité, a principle upheld by many across the political spectrum as France's blind defense against religious discrimination. But critics condemn it as a veiled attack on Muslims in France. Hijabs, bikinis, now abayas, falling under the glare of an unyielding French state. Exactly what Macron asked of his teachers faced with resistant students this month.
We know that there will be cases because we know that there will be some through negligence perhaps, but many to try to defy the Republican system. We must be uncompromising.
France remains an outlier among Western nations, moving into wider acceptance of civil liberties around religious dress. With the hijab embraced elsewhere by Muslim politicians and major brands like Nike. For schools in France, though, a new year means new rules.
TheAdvocateChannel.com looks at the world through the lens of equality and inclusion. Subscribe, like, and share now. AC 24/7's Top Story Countdown continues with our producer's pick for number 3.
Holy man. You're not getting me today.
In newly released video, a deputy putting his life on the line, racing through a raging wildfire in Washington state to warn people to flee the path of the deadly flames of a fast-moving fire in August. Right now, across the border in Canada, more than 1,000 active wildfires create a suffocating haze. Officials in Canada's Northwest Territories warning people to be prepared to flee the flames.
Having some food and water in your vehicle.
Thick smoke spewing from the fires, triggering air quality alerts in multiple states. The National Weather Service in Wyoming tweeting, "Expect smoky skies and reduced visibility at times." This as oppressive heat grips the Northeast.
It's hot as hell.
Lack of air conditioning has students suffering in some schools.
Is it harder to learn when it's that hot?
Yes, it's super hard.
I'm at the point where I'm ready to pull my kids out, at least for a week or so until this gets fixed.
Meanwhile, a new threat is gaining strength in the Atlantic. Lee is expected to rapidly intensify in the next few days into a powerful hurricane. Forecasters say it's too early to tell if the storm will have any impacts on the U.S. mainland. In New York, I'm Gloria Pasmino.
Like the Advocate channel on Facebook for the best way to get updates on stories that advocate for equality, justice, our rights, and more. AC 24/7 continues with today's top 2 pick.
New video showing the moment convicted murderer Danilo Cavalcante escaped a Pennsylvania prison last week. The 5-foot, 120-pound inmate extended his arms and legs against a narrow section of the exercise yard before crab walking up the wall to the roof and dropping down on the other side. Cavalcante then pushed through multiple layers of razor wire to escape the Chester County prison.
Well, we believe the security measures we had in place were sufficient. They've proven otherwise, and we move quickly to enhance our security measures.
County officials say this escape is nearly identical to another inmate's escape at the exact same spot just 4 months ago. Court documents obtained by CNN describe how that inmate also climbed a wall in an exercise yard and, quote, pulled himself onto the roof of the prison. But the tower guard on duty flagged the inmate. Within 5 minutes, he was caught. That did not happen last week.
The tower officer did not observe nor report the escape. The escape was discovered as part of the inmate counts that occurs when inmates come in from the exercise yard.
The tower officer has been put on administrative leave, and the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office is investigating. Meanwhile, pressure continued to build Wednesday to catch Cavalcante.
I think that it's a very challenging area.
1 week on, the search perimeter has been rapidly expanding. On Monday night, Cavalcante was caught on camera in a botanical garden. On Tuesday night, another sighting by a resident in a creek bed, but this time, no video.
Everything that I'm able to see, the various sightings that we've had, other aspects of this investigation lead me to believe that he is still there in that area.
Hundreds of officers, dogs, drones, and helicopters continue to search. Police have created roadblocks, checkpoints, and often issuing warnings.
If you see this individual, do not approach him.
Fear gripping the community, especially for Sarah Brindau. It was her sister that Cavalcante was convicted of murdering in 2021. You know, with that feeling of fear, of insecurity, she told CNN, fear of him showing up here at home.
Follow the Advocate channel on Twitter and Instagram to stay updated on stories that matter every day. Here's our #1 story of the day. Take a look.
The coronavirus pandemic is over, but the battle against the bug isn't complete.
Look, COVID is here with us. We are going to have to continue to live with it.
COVID-related hospitalizations and deaths have been on the rise over the past few months, according to Dr. Mandy Cohen, the new director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
So that's the first step of make sure your immune system is as strong as it possibly can be.
CDC officials are advising people to stay up to date with COVID vaccines, to improve indoor ventilation, to get tested when appropriate, and to stay home while sick.
As long as we use these layers of tools, I think we are in a better position than we have been before.
The elderly and people with compromised health may want to consider wearing a mask while in public.
I'm not talking about mandating anything. I'm talking about good common sense and following the recommendations that we likely will get from the CDC as we proceed into the fall and if the cases increase in their number.
The CDC is also encouraging the country to get flu shots this fall. Its new ad campaign says a flu vaccine can turn the virus from, quote, wild to mild. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Thanks for watching the Advocate channel's top stories. We're on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Follow, like, and share, or check out advocatechannel.com for even more stories that advocate for you.